Just on a walk, and look what I found roaming around freely. Look at that. Oh, there's one there inside the fence. Just zoom in. I'm not sure what this place is. I really don't know what it is, but it's got quite a large area around it. Just taking a nice walk, using all the little shortcuts that we can find, because you know what, my car's gone in for repair, so I've got no car and I needed to go to B&M. I need some supplies for my garden. Don't know how much I want to be able to carry back, but we'll see.
You've got 2 sets of hands though.
Yeah, we've got 2 sets of hands, so, but I'm not planning to buy too much. I just want a few bits today. It's a nice little path, this. And then there's just a park over there. Don't know if you can see it there. There we go, and that's that house. I really don't know what it is. And yeah, so come on to the main road. That's a primary school there. And we have Costa drive-through. I won't hardly be driving through, will I, without a car. So I'm now in the gardening section of B&M Bargains, and usually, as far as I can remember, they have a section of vegetable plants. I've not seen any of those this year. I've been a couple more times and they've not had any. In the past when I've been, I've just thought, well, maybe they've not got any out yet. Maybe we need to wait a few more weeks, but well, it's the end of May now and they still don't have any. All they seem to have is just like flowers and decorative plants. Aside from, of course, lots and lots of compost, lots of different compost to choose from. The prices are not bad here, and we've also got lots of different kinds of decorative stones and pebbles. So by the looks of things, I don't think I'll be buying much from here. I do need some planting pots and some saucers to go with them, so we'll have to see if we can find those. Look at these flowers, aren't they pretty? They're so pretty. I love dahlias. I planted some last year and they lasted like, you know what, I can't remember, but they didn't last long at all. They died off. I was hoping they'd come back this year. They didn't come back up. Personally, I prefer plants that come back up every year, you know, like those that have a bulb at the bottom, like your lilies and your tulips, daffodils. I'm not too keen on daffodils, so. Right, we've got to the pot section now. Let's see what I can find. Back home now and just preparing for repotting my Naga plants. And for that, I'm going to need some of these crushed eggshells. To prepare them, I'm just sort of like dry roasting them off on a pan to make them really crunchy and easy to crush. If you try crushing fresh eggshells, you'll find it can be quite difficult because if they have that membrane inside. This seems to be the best method. Some people do prefer to just put it all in the oven. I find it just smells out my whole oven and even the house. This is much better and so much quicker as well. As well as eggshells, I've got some tea leaves in here. I've just opened the packets. I don't drink a lot of tea. I'm more of a coffee drinker. So I just had a couple of tea bags. I thought, well, I'll just put them in here. It's not really going to make any difference, but I'll just put them in. If you do happen to have more tea bags, definitely use them. So the reason why I'm using the eggshells is because eggshells provide calcium to the soil and it's really good for the plants. The eggshells have been dry fried enough and you can tell just by if you break a few, and if they break up really easily then you know they're ready. Take them off the heat, get them crushed up, whether you use a blender mill or whatever method you use, just get it all nicely crushed up and then it's ready to use. So I didn't actually buy too much from B&M Bargains. This is actually all I got from the garden. So I got this, which was £3, and yeah, you go through a lot of this in gardening, well, at least I do. And I got these, so they were 4 for £2.50. I needed some sauces for this, but they had no sauces. They'd sold out, so I guess I'll have to go back for those. So I got these for my Naga plants that I showed you in my earlier video, and this is those. Been like this for a couple of days now. I've not had a chance to repot them, but I've kept them watered and they're looking quite nice and healthy. So I just need to put some holes in here first. Take out the good old screwdriver. And here's the eggshells that I crushed up earlier. So I just keep them in a container like this. And I can just use what I need and keep the rest for next time. I'm going to use this compost because I really like this one. It's by Doff, and yeah, it's got up to 6 months worth of feed in it. That's perfect. I'm going to use some of this, Epsom salt. So I've got everything in here now. I've got my crushed eggshells, I've got the fish blood and bone, and we've got the Epsom salt in there. And we're just going to mix it all up really, really well. And I'm just going to use my trusted cup. It's got to be mixed really well. You really need to get your hands in there. Okay, so this is mixed in enough. I've used approximately 8 litres of the compost. To that I've added half a cup of fish blood and bone, half a cup of the Epsom salt, and I've used approximately just more than half of the crushed eggshells that I showed you earlier. I wasn't quite sure how much compost to use for these 3 parts. However, I've actually made up just enough for all 3, not too much and not too little, just perfect. If I just give it a little push from the back, it should just pop out like that. And this is what it looks like. Pop one in there, second one. In there. As you can see, my Naga plants are all angled to one side, and the reason for this is they were in that container which I left open, so it was dark on one side and it was light on the open side, so the plants naturally, of course, lean towards the light. Now that they've been planted up, they're soon going to straighten up, so it's nothing to worry about. I've got here soaking 2 banana peels and some onion peels, and we're going to use this to water with. Give it a really good water. And there we have it. I'm going to take these inside now and put them on a nice warm windowsill.